Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. So today we move forward for the next chapter for the textbooks of Principles of Business Management. So this is related to the chapter 8. We reflect the topics of entrepreneurship and business planning. This is the main topic that we will discuss today. Throughout this topic, this is the learning objective. If you can see, they have 9 learning objectives. Understand the concepts of entrepreneurship, understand the roles of entrepreneur in economic development, to identify the difference between entrepreneurial and also managerial domain, for example like decision making, identify the general characteristic of an male or female entrepreneur. So they have few differences and few characteristic to identify this is male and female entrepreneur. Identify what is business plan is, the importance of business plan, describe the formats of business plan, define what is business model canvas or BMC. This is related to your first assignment, and also describe the formats of a business model canvas. As I said earlier, if you watch and refer to the chapter that have been discussed in the Nichols textbook, I think you already go through the meanings of the entrepreneurship. What is the meanings of entrepreneur? Who can be as an entrepreneur? Okay, so before you go for these discussions of this chapter 8, you may refer to the earlier chapter of Nichols textbooks that I already upload on the goals. Okay, so basically, let's see and look at the general definitions of this main topic. What is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is the vitals of for stimulating economic growth and employment opportunities in all society. All people can be entrepreneur. Okay, whether you are involved in very small scale business or even you are involved in a very huge or big business, as long as you are actually intend to involve in business, and then you can declare yourself as entrepreneur. So entrepreneurship is actually one sections that may develop the economic growth and also open the opportunity for employment in all society. So it's depend whether you are old, male, female, even you are young. When you have opportunity to be as an entrepreneur, then it will create an opportunity for you. So this is particularly true in developing world where successful small business are the primary engine in terms of job creation, and then entrepreneurship able to help to reduce the poverty around the world. So this is the one way how you can create your own income. So what is actually the nature and the concepts of entrepreneurship? So basically, it related to the process of creating something new with value by devoting necessary time and also effort. So it also accompanied by financial, physic, social risks, and also receiving the result reward. Okay, so in terms of monetary, maybe you can gain a profit. Some people do business or become entrepreneurship because of personal satisfaction and try to become independence, right? So for me myself, maybe I love to eat cake, for example. So I love to find um, somebody who love to sell cake. Okay, so me myself can be as a baker. So I create my own bakery shop, for example, and then I produce what is actually my preference of my own cake, right? So that is one way of creating something new. So that is actually based on the time, my own effort, and then I'm expecting to have my own income through the opens of my new bakery shop. So this is among the characteristic when you want to become as entrepreneur. So age, maybe the gender, what is your education, and do you have any experience in that? So this is among the entrepreneurial decision process. Maybe you want to change your lifestyle, you switch your own career. Maybe before this you work with company, for example. So they have constraints of time. The time is not very flexible. So that's why you try to switch yourself, and then you do decide to join to be as entrepreneur. Or maybe you want to change your current lifestyle. You want to have your own experience and you want to bear with the risk, for example. So maybe you can join entrepreneur. So this is actually among what we call the most successful Okay, business entrepreneur in Malaysia. Okay, so this is the names, the list of the name that you can refer on. So we have Ananda Krishnan. I think you are quite familiar with him. Tan Sri Azman Hashim, Stephen Sim, Robert Kwok, Tony Fernandez. So how they are creating their own new business. So in certain way, managerial versus entrepreneur decision making. So they have several differences between manager who manage a company or true entrepreneur or entrepreneur. Okay, so I will share with you the template that you can look throughout the textbook by Dr. Noradli. Right, so I will share with you soon. And then they also discuss about what is actually certain characteristic between male and female entrepreneur. So as I can say, as one example, like most of male, for example, they have certain elements of motivation. Normally, they are more self-independence. They have their own job satisfaction. And then for female entrepreneur, normally we try to achieve, to accomplish of certain goals, and then we are quite independent in order to do it alone. Okay, so they have a few comparison in terms of a few characteristic like motivation, departure point, source of fund, occupational background. Our personality characteristic also quite different, our own background, support group, and also types of business. Normally for male business entrepreneur, they love to involve in manufacturing or kinds of construction, but for female we are more on service related, for example like education, consultation, or also we love to involve in any kinds which is related to public relation. So that is among the differences of the comparison between male and female entrepreneur. So this is the most important part for this chapter, which is related to the business plan. This is related to the business model canvas or BMC, which is related to your first assignment. So don't worry, I will share with you. So what is business plan? So basically, business plan is a kind of written document that you prepare by the entrepreneur, which contains all the external and internal element in order for you to start a new business venture. So before we start our own business, the most important things that we need to have our own plan. All right. So you need to include everything inside your internal external elements, for example like how many revenue that you want to get, who is actually your key partners, what product that you want to sell. Okay, so that is the parts of your business plan. A business plan can help you as the entrepreneur to allocate what kinds of resources, handle unexpected problem, and it also able for you to help with the good business decision, because you will identify what is actually the potential risk, how many fund that you need, okay, how many employees that you looking for. So it's quite very systematic because it's actually related to the written document. A well-organized plan is an essential part to apply any kinds of loan. So for example, when you want to start your own business, when you go to bank, you ask for loan or any kinds of monetary assistance, the first thing they will ask you, where is your business plan? So that we will know the general view about your ideas, what you want to do before we can give loan to you. So normally bank will reflect the ideas of the business plan. So this is actually refers to the outlines of business plan. So I will share with you based on the textbook by Dr. Noradli for details. So this is related to the business model canvas. Okay, so some uh, business entrepreneur, they prefer to look at this business model canvas. If you can see, they have 9 elements here: the key partners, key activities, key resources, cost structure, value of proposition, customer relation, channel, customer segment, and also revenue stream. So this 9 element you need to fill and slot it here. Okay, so to ensure this is actually your business plan, which is related to your own business model canvas. Okay, so I give you one example. For example, like who is actually your key partners? Maybe you can forms of the governments, any non-governmental organizations, or any companies that you want to invite them to be as your key partners. Okay, so that is one of the example. And then what is actually your key resources? So what kinds of resources did you need to deliver? Okay, so you need to find yourself. It's very suit with your business that you prefer to do. So this is the examples of the complete business model canvas. So different kinds of business that you choose will come out with the different kinds of BMC. Totally different. Maybe you're quite different in terms of customer relationship, who is actually your customer segment. For example, if you are prefer to do like fertilizer, organic fertilizer, ataupun kita panggil apa ya, baja contohnya kan, you nak buka satu company ataupun business nak buat organic punya baja lah. So automatically you punya customer segment ni adalah berbeza. Mungkin orang-orang farmers contohnya, ataupun you punya customer tu adalah terdiri daripada suri rumah yang suka bercucuk tanam. Okay, tapi kalau misalnya you jual contohnya macam ice cream, so customer segment ni mungkin different. Kanak-kanak contohnya. Okay, ataupun golongan belia. So golongan orang tu mungkin tidak sesuai untuk menjadi you punya customer segment kalau you jual certain produk yang tidak reflect kepada golongan-golongan tertentu. So I think that's all for this lesson. It's quite simple for this chapter, but I will provide the copy of certain element part that has not been included in this slide, so that you can refer for your understanding. And then don't forget to look at my goals. So I already upload the few chapter which is related to the ideas of entrepreneurship. Okay, so that's all. Assalamualaikum.